Are you searching for trading success? Well, your journey starts here, because in this video, I'm unveiling a world of opportunities with our stock watch list, our daily stock watch list that I put out for free every single day. This one's for Wednesday, October 18th, and this watch list features inside bars and outside bars, 1-3 setups or Nirvana setups. Now, this video isn't just about charts, it's about your transformation, your success. And if you face trading hurdles, you're not alone. And I'm here to guide you through and past those hurdles. We're about to unveil the secrets of these setups, these strategies that could elevate your trading game. And by the end, hopefully you'll be equipped with the knowledge to find your path to trading success. So don't let this opportunity slip away. Your trading journey is essential, and I'm here to provide you with solutions that you've been searching for. So let's embark on this journey together. And we're going to start by looking at this screen right here, and that screen is TradingView. If you don't have something like this, you're going to need something like this. You should have something like this. I've provided a link in the description below. It gets you a free 30-day trial to TradingView's sub-based services. And then if you decide to go ahead with those services, you get up to $30 off of those subscriptions. Well, let's get started on this list. The first ones you're going to see here is BAC. So that is Bank of America. And these are the 1-3 setups we're talking about. The one bar is an inside bar. It doesn't break the high or the low. It's a consolidating candle. The outside bar breaks both the high and the low of the previous candle. And we played this outside bar today on SPY. I can go through that with you a little later in the video. But when we have these 1-3 setups, all we're doing, and this is a rare setup. So I spoke about Nirvana. That term was coined and phrased by a guy by the name of Rich from Trading Wars. We call it the 1-3. You can call it the Nirvana inside bar, outside bar, whatever you like. But we're basically looking for the break of this outside bar. And this is a 1-3. We're hoping for a continuation here based on time frame continuity. This is telling me the week, the day, the day, the week, the month, and the quarterly. There's buyers on all of those time frames. So we're looking for a break to the upside. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but probability can push us both ways off of this outside bar. We're going to look for the run to the upside, though, with Bank of America. So triggers at 27.87 for calls or 26.72 for puts. And you notice the colors here, the yellow, the white, those are part of my Griswold strat indicator that I've created for you. That link is in the description below, or it comes with the Griswold Gold membership. This time frame continuity is also part of that indicator, as are these candlestick numbers. Let's move on to IBM. IBM, again, there's that 1-3 setup. It's a rare pattern. If we go back and look at the last time we had it, it doesn't happen very often. We have to go back. There's a 3-1. We're looking for that 1-3. There it is. This is what we expect off of those 1-3. So this is a 1-3-2 reversal. So 1-3-3 that finished green and a 2 to the downside. So a 2 down, 2 reversal, 1-3-2 reversal to the downside. That's the kind of move we're looking for, where we trigger off the bottom of that outside bar and we hit targets plus. Okay, that's what we look for off of that 1-3 setup. So we go back here, and again, we take the triggers at the top side of that outside bar for calls at 40.62 or puts at 136.31. And our targets for this one, so normally our targets would go to the top of the wicks. But for this one, because there's a gap, meaning there's no candle in between the top of this wick and the bottom of this wick, there's nothing here, this empty space. We need to fill that gap. So we put our target to the bottom of the wick. The next target would go to the top of the wick on that same candle. We go to Google. Google 1-3 setup. So again, we're looking for a 1-3 Nirvana setup with a hammer candle. So there are 3 actionable signals with this strat. There's this hammer candle. Looks like a hammer. There's a shooter candle, which is the exact opposite, where this body would be at the bottom and the wick here would be at the top. And the other one is the inside bar. So those are the 3 signals that are high probability plays for us. So we're looking at this hammer. We're looking at time frame continuity. Those things are all in our favor. So I'm going to look for Google to trend back to the upside. And we can put this target probably could be, you probably could mark that out as a target right there, but it is very minimal. Okay, I'd like to see a little bit of meat on the bones, a little bit of a room for this once we trigger to hit our first target or our first order of magnitude. The other thing I'm going to mention, guys, I do have a Discord. It is free to join that Discord. Free, free to join. The link is down in the description below, so make sure you guys check that out. There are a ton of free rooms in there. That's also where the Griswold Gold members meet up, but the large portion of that room is free. We look at Amazon. Amazon has a 2 down, so the 2 down is a directional candle. It only breaks one side of the previous candle. So it only broke one side of this inside bar. And speaking of inside bars, look, we triggered, we hit targets. This was on the list for today. Worked out just like we expected it to. But now we had a 2 down, but the buyers brought it back. We finished green on the day. So now we look for calls. This gives me high probability that we are going to trend up with Amazon tomorrow. So we take the trigger at 132.58. I've got the first 2 targets marked out for you guys. We move on to QQQ. Again, inside bar. We gap down on that inside bar, but we still managed to hit targets. It still did its job. Okay, and I'll tell you this right now. This is a very, very organic way to trade. Outside of the time frame continuity, we don't have indicators. We have no RSIs. We have no MACDs. We're not looking for lines that are crossing or intersecting. We are strictly doing what the candlesticks are telling us to do. This is a very, very clean, organic chart. So time frame continuity pointing to the upside. 2 down, finish green, telling us the buyers brought it back. We're looking for calls off of this trigger line at 369.92. We look at Apple, same thing. 2 down green, we look for those calls because the buyers brought it back. Full time frame continuity to the upside. We're looking for calls at 178.42. Airbnb. So there's a 1-3 setup again. And one of the things that's interesting about Airbnb, we haven't broken outside of this inside bar. So the pink lines are telling me there's an inside bar on the week that we haven't broken out of. Okay, so there's the high of last week. There's the low of last week. We're looking to break out of that, just like we've talked about on the daily. We're looking to break out of it again on the weekly. So we'll see which way this one manifests, which one this one way plays out. 126.78 for the calls and 122.66 for the puts on Airbnb off of this 1-3 setup. AMD, 2 down green like we had talked about. Buyers brought it back. Give me a second here. And there's our time frame continuity. Outside of the week, everything is green. So we'll look for calls there at 106.29. We look at Goldman Sachs. Where did my Goldman Sachs go? There's Goldman Sachs. 1-3 setup. Okay. We've already broken to the downside of the weekly. So we've gone 2 down on the week. You can see the time frame continuity is pushing everything down. I would like to see us trend back down, but there still is that potential off of this outside bar to see us go outside bar on the week. So we'll see how GS plays out. A couple different scenarios that you can look at there. From GS, we go to QCOM, another 1-3 setup. So let's go back in time and look at the last time we had the 1-3 on QCOM. The 1-3 went inside bar. So no setup off of there or no play off of there. We could have played the inside bar afterwards. Here's the last 1-3 setup. We have to go back to March. 1-3 setup. We triggered and we trended down for 2 days. I'm not going to go back and look for targets, but there are the targets there that would have been hit. Okay? So good setup potential here on QCOM as well. And as you notice, time frame continuity is trying to push everything back up. If we go to the week, we are this close. So we triggered down on the week already. Now we're coming back up, looking to go outside bar on the week on QCOM. As soon as we pass the high of the previous week's candle, we have gone outside bar. So it's something to pay attention to. Alibaba, we go back to the daily chart, 2 down green. Buyers brought it back. We're looking for calls at 84.36. If you want the top 5 from these, you need to join the Griswold Gold membership, because I give those members the top 5 from these setups every single day. I give them the top 5s from the weekly swings as well. So we talked about the inside bars. Citigroup has one, inside bar. We can take calls at 41.67, puts at 40.60. And if we go back, again, to see these actionable signals, these high probability setups, what happens off of the inside bar? Boom, to the upside. Big run to the upside for 2, 3, 4 days off of that one inside bar. Okay, this one we triggered, and it looks like we just tagged targets. We just hit it, and then it reversed, but it did its job. It did what it said it was going to do, and it hit the targets. Same thing with this one off of this inside bar. That target was not very high up off of this outside bar, but it came up and it still did its job. So again, these candlesticks, it's very organic, but they're telling you exactly what they're going to do. Now, sometimes they lie and it doesn't always work out, but the majority of the time, it's like your kids. The majority of the time, your kids are going to tell you the truth, but every once in a while, they're going to fib a little, and you're going to get mad and frustrated. But probability tells you that most times your kids are going to tell you the truth. Just like this, probability tells you most times the candlesticks are telling you the truth. Almost like I was going to say Jerry Springer, but I guess Steve or Maury Povich, the lie detector determined that was the truth, or that was a lie. So 3-1 setup on CVS as we get back to this. Outside bar, inside bar. This is another rare pattern, and this gold bar you see, my indicator puts that on there as well for you guys to easily spot these setups. Okay, so there is the 3-1 setup, boom to the downside. Okay, big runs off of these 3-1 setups. There's another one. Look, I'm not making this stuff up. Like, I didn't go back and look at this previously to say, oh, I'm going to get these guys. Make sure this 3-1 setup has a great play on it in previous setups. This outside bar, inside bar, run to the upside. Huge runs. And I'm telling you guys right now, they don't always work. This one turned into a double inside bar. This one here, look, 3-1 setup. We didn't hit magnitude, but you still would have had a good trade off of this. 3-1, trigger, targets, okay? This stuff is so simple, guys. It really is. The strat is based off of 3 candlestick types, a 1, a 2, and a 3. It really is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You're not going to find anything simpler than what I'm showing you here today. So CVX doesn't have a setup except for we're looking for a 2-2 continuation. I wanted to put this on here for you guys because we tagged the top. We tagged the top of this pink line, which is my weekly setup. Okay, I am looking for us to trigger through that pink line on the weekly to give us that 1-2 play off of this inside bar. So we talked about how powerful the inside bars are. We've tagged that line. Okay, we're ready to bust through it again. So pay attention to that for a 2-2 continuation. This can be your setup line on the daily. If we break through that, let's look for a move. GE, inside bar again. And again, just go back and look, guys. Inside bar, huge run to the upside. This one, we triggered, missed the target. Okay, it didn't work out. And that's why I'm telling you, probability-wise, they don't always work out. But we look back at this one, we triggered, hit multiple targets. This one went outside bar, but we opened here, we triggered, we hit the target. It told you it was going to hit that target. It did. If you didn't take profit at that target, that's a risk management problem, not a candlestick problem. That's a trader problem, because these setups that I'm giving you all have the potential for you to take profit on a trade. And I'm not here giving you 1, 2, 3, 400% plays all the time. We're looking for 20, 30, 40% base hits. That is what's going to make you a great trader. It's the consistency. It's the small continuous wins that will make you a great trader. Inside bar off of JP Morgan. We'll move that one. We look for calls here at 149.31, puts at 146.79. From JPM, we move on to INTC. There's that hammer candle, 2 down, green. Buyers are bringing it back. We're looking for calls at 36.35. Mr. Softy, as Rob Smith would say, Microsoft, time frame continuity. Look at it. Green, 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 green. Color of money. We're headed up. Calls at 333.46. MU Micron, 2 down, green. We're headed up. 69.63. From MU, we go to Procter & Gamble. 2 down, finish green. We're looking for those calls. 146.83. First target. We mark it out together. Walmart, inside bar. Look at the last inside bar. Boom, to the upside. Look at the last inside bar after that. Boom, to the upside. I can't make this stuff up, guys. It's super, super simple. XLU, inside bar. So we're taking calls at 60.13, puts at 59.31. Here's a great example, okay? We opened below the trigger, but look, we still hit targets. We trended down 1 target, 2 target before we reversed. So if you didn't take profit at those targets, I can't help you past that, okay? I can't help you take profit and manage your trades. We look at this inside bar, okay? We trended up. Again, poor target. Not a lot of room there. We missed that second target and it started to reverse. So if you held on, that's a trader problem. It's a risk management problem. Look at this inside bar. Ding, 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 all the way up. We're going all the way up. XLU. Okay, let's go to XEL. XEL, inside bar again, so calls at 59.77. What do you notice with the time frame? All to the upside. Okay, puts at 58.87. We go look at the last. It's been a while since we've had an inside bar. We gapped up, didn't hit a target. Okay, this one wouldn't have worked for us, but that's okay. Here's another one. We triggered, hit our target. Here's one here. We triggered, hit a poor target. Not a lot of magnitude, and that's okay. Here's another one. Inside bar, triggered, big run down, and that's all we can ask for. So let's go take a look at SPY and my main squeeze, my main strategy, the cheese, my cheddar. It's what I look for every time I am trading. I look at SPY. That's what I love to trade every day. We look for reversals into time frame continuity. So here was our first setup off of this trigger. Boom, to the upside. I'm not going to go into the nuances of it, but if you wait till the end of this video, you'll see the videos that I have built on this SPY 155 strategy that I created. The next setup, we have an inside bar. We've talked about those inside bars. It triggered, and look at this. Ding, 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 all the way up. This was a 200% play right here, from here to here. I didn't jump in on it. I missed it, unfortunately, which is terrible. There's always another day. What I did catch, though, and I'm going to mark this out, one of the traders, and this is a great thing about having the Discord, and this was in the free portion. One of the traders, my guy, my Canadian Brett, called this thing out. Okay, he said, man, it looks like SPY is going to go outside day, meaning outside bar. If we go look, okay, as soon as we pass, I'm going to just clear some of this stuff up here. Delete that one. We'll delete that one. We passed the 50% marker of this bar, and he said, man, it looks like we're going to go outside day. Good call, Brett. I jumped in on it, not on anything except for the 50% rule. Look for that video, the Sarah Strat Sniper 50% rule. It's in my Learning Tools playlist on my channel. I jumped in. We started creeping up. I took my profit at 50% on the day off of that trade, from 22 to 33 cents on that contract. Okay? That's the kind of stuff that happens in the Discord. But that SPY 155 play that we mentioned earlier, within that same setup, 200% play. And this was less than an hour, guys. Less than an hour. You would have made your month off of that trade. Okay, then we trended back down. Inside bar, a little bit of a run up. I don't think the rest of these worked as we came into the end of the day, and I wouldn't recommend trading at the end of the day. The big moves happen earlier in the day. So that's when I look for the trades from market open for the first probably 4.5 hours or so are where you're going to find your best setups, usually, probability-wise. So that's the video, guys. I wish you nothing but the best in your trading tomorrow. Again, if you have questions, leave them down below. Subscribe, click the bell. Join me in the Discord. I'm on Twitter as well, at Mr. Clark Griswold. I'm also on Instagram. We'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.